In this mini lesson, we're going to be doing decimal division, and this is going to be decimal by whole number only. So let's think of some money first. If I have 15 cents and I want to divide them into three equal groups, how much money would I have? So let's think about it. 15 pennies being divided into three equal groups. Well, that'll give me a nickel in each group, or 5 pennies. All right, so let's think about that for a minute while we're doing our dividing. All right, so when we do our division, we have our 1500ths and we're dividing it into three equal groups, okay? Now, same with multiplication of decimals. We kind of do it backwards in terms of the decimal placement. So in multiplication of decimals, we multiplied and then placed the decimal. In decimal division, we do the decimal first and then we do the division. So it's backwards, just like with fraction multiplication and division. Decimal division is the same as the opposite of multiplication. Okay, so hopefully this will make sense here after this lesson or subsequent lessons. So again, we go through every mad sixth grader choose bubble gum. All right, so remember that's our little acronym that we worry about. Okay, so we take one number at a time after we place a decimal. So in this case, because there's no decimal, I'm dividing 3 into 1500ths. What I do is I just go ahead and place my decimal point up on the top. Okay, so now I'm done with my decimal division. All right, in terms of my place value. Now, can 3 go into 0? No, it cannot. Okay, can 3 go into just a dime? Because if I have 1/10, that's a dime, right? So can a dime be broken up into three equal pieces? No, it cannot. Okay, so now I look at my 15 pennies. Can my 3 go into my 15 pennies? Yes, it can. It can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my estimation. So it can go 5 full times, and then I multiply 5 times 3, and I get 15. Now I subtract. Now I compare. Is 0 less than 3? Yes, it is. So I've done everything right. Do I have anything else to bring down? No, I don't. And there's my nickel, my 500ths. So 1500ths divided by 3 gives me 500ths. Okay, and that's what we talked about in the beginning with our 15 pennies being broken into three equal groups. That would give me a nickel. And that is how we write a nickel in decimal form. Okay, let's go on to example 2. We have 7 and 2/10 being divided into 5. So again, we're going to put our 7 and 2/10 inside, and we're going to divide it by our divisor, the 5. All right, so again, estimate, multiply, subtract, compare, bring down. All right, since I have no decimal on the outside, on the inside, I just bring that decimal up, and then I completely ignore it for the rest of the problem. All right, pretending these are whole numbers. So if I have $7, can I break them into 5 groups? Yeah, I can break them into 5 groups. I can have $1 in each group, okay? So 1 times 5 is 5. Okay, there's my multiplication. There's my subtraction. I compare. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is. I bring down, and I start the process over again. How many groups of 5 are in 22? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, because 5 is too many. So now I have 4 groups. 4 times 5 is 20. I subtract. I compare. Is 2 less than 5? Yes, it is. Now, this does not look right. A remainder of 2, 1.4 with a remainder of 2. That is incorrect. We never say decimals with a remainder. That's just weird. All right. So with like any decimal, we are allowed to annex a 0 and keep going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and continue on, and I'm going to annex a 0 because 7 and 2/10 is equivalent to 7 and 20/100ths. All right. Now I bring down. Now I start all over again. Estimate how many groups of 5 are in 20. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 exactly. So we have a 4. 4 times 5 is 20. I subtract and I get nothing left. Okay. And that's what I want. I either want a 0 at the end or I want to see that it's going to repeat somehow, all right, which we will do in another lesson. So now I'm done. So if I have 7 and 2/10 and I divide it by 5, I'm going to get 1 and 44 hundredths. So if you think about it as money, if I have $7.20 and I want to group them into 5 equal groups, I'm going to have $1.44 in each group. Okay.